I'm Ben with the BTC Sessions, and this is your Bullish Bit, brought to you by BITREFILL.com, the easiest way to get living on a Bitcoin standard. Head to their website and pick up gift cards for great places like Amazon, Apple, DoorDash, prepaid MasterCards, and plenty more. You can check them out at the links down below. The creative people in the Bitcoin space have been absolutely killing it lately. There's so many talented people that are really bubbling to the top. Like it's every other day that I'm seeing some incredible new, either whether it be again in the context of films. I mean, first of all, I loved Pierre's. I've seen so many fantastic films put together. I got to give a shout out to I love stuff that, Max DeMarco is doing. I love stuff that Bitcoin Shooter. I really like Julian, who's Kinetic Finance. He does some incredible stuff too. There's just, again, I'm just rattling off quick names here, but there's so many very, very talented people in and around just the film space, but physical artists as well, right? Like I love seeing some of the political commentary that's like entwined with, or societal commentary that gets entwined with Bitcoin art. One of my favorite artists that I'm friends with is Madex, and I think he does some incredible, very unique pieces. And there's so many, I think, again, Fractal and Crypt and Crypto Graffiti, and there's just some very unique thinkers out there in the space and more up and coming. And so, funny enough, reading the Bitcoin Standard for the first time, one of the things that I was most defensive about was the part about art and fiat art. But as time goes on, I'm kind of realizing like there was something there. I know that art is subjective, but also I think there was something there. There's art that takes time and skill, and then there's art that is so subjective that you begin to truly question. Like I live in a city called Calgary, and the government basically enforces that if you create any sort of public infrastructure project, you must, as part of your budget, install some art. And some of the monstrosities that have resulted in this, like we literally have on one of our highways, like an 80-foot blue circle stood up that is just like a pipe, and it cost like millions of dollars. So like this is the kind of stuff where I think like, yeah, that fiat art thing was, I think Safe was onto something there. But yeah, you're starting to see the low time preference come in from the creatives in the Bitcoin space. And to again, I've quoted this numerous times, but Madex has a really good point in that as somebody creating anything, any sort of product in and around the Bitcoin space, when you're getting people to spend Bitcoin on it, if you're making a shit product, you will not retain your customers beyond the initial sale because they're spending money that actually holds value over time. And if they feel that they've wasted it on something, they will never purchase that thing again or never come to you to make a purchase again. So your job is to take your game to the next level to convince people to part with their sats. I think that's super awesome.